Mrs. Zina, welcome to Arizona.
Thank you.
Why are you here this time? We're just curious.
I came to be with family,
Okay.
and secondly, to worship God with my family.
All right.
Amen. God has blessed us with a lot. So in praise and worship is one of the best ways to give back to Him.
All right.
So I've decided to come this time and celebrate with family. It's like a baby. This is something God has placed in my heart. And I'm fortunate to serve God in this department, the Department of Praise and Worship. So what I decided to do, I prayed about it, and the Spirit of the Lord laid on my heart, and even the position, the place to come and have this first celebration. It's spending time in the presence of God and just lingering there, just staying there because of all the jobs and everything else we have to do. There's no time to spend with God. You know, the title of this that He gave me is The Secret Place.
Okay.
And the Bible verse that accompanied that is Psalm 91 verse 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. It's not he that come and go, you know, he that visit, but dwell to stay there. You know, so it's a time that we're letting go of everything else, you know, the jobs, our families, and just say, you know, this time is for God. I'm going to give God 6 hours of my life.
Amen.
So we're just going to be here on the 29th and the 30th. Those will be open from 10 o'clock to 11:59, and at 12 we shut the doors and we just stay in the presence of God. It's not tiring.
It's not okay. I was not talking about that right now because I know earlier I spoke with you and you said something about this is a gathering. So can you elaborate a little bit on that? What do you mean by this is a gathering? Like, can you tell me more about that?
You know, usually when we have something, you know, set up, we call it event.
Okay.
You know, and for what we're doing, it's a shut-in. Meaning no one go outside and no one come in after the time that, you know, everyone is to be in here. So we're going to come together as a body. It's not going to be one person, you know, leading people and just doing whatever. We're going to worship God spontaneously. But it's shut in because when the doors are locked, no one come in after them. Everyone else still outside. So if you don't come in before the midnight, you can't come in. Something like the story of the 10
virgins.
Exactly. No,
talk about that a little bit.
Waiting for the bridegroom, and 5 weren't prepared, and another 5 were. You know, that's the scripture. And some, the ones that were not prepared, they went out to look for oil, and the bridegroom came. Those were shot on them.
So I mean, this is a major sacrifice you're talking about right here, because this is the first time I've heard something like this, being gathered in a place for over 6 hours just worshiping. And you know, it's not a traditional thing we see every day. So this is something that, it's very different in a way. And to have people together for that long, you know, people, the carnal body would be like, oh, I'm tired after 2 hours. But I've seen you in rehearsal with us, and you can, I mean, when the Holy Spirit kicks in, it's just different. It takes a different dynamics. You know, everything is different. It's not based on the flesh anymore. It's just everything is just accelerated. By the time you know the time is already gone, and you get caught up in worship and all that. Because you had a vision, and God gave you this dream and this vision, a clear vision, and even gave you the theme of the event. So I'm pretty sure there was an idea of what God wants to do. So what's your take on that?
In answering your question, let me give an example. I was listening to a worship song. I was in worship, and the Spirit of the Lord stopped me, and He said, where am I in there? Am I in the drums? Am I in the keyboard? Am I in the beautiful voices? Am I in the light? Am I in the smoke machine? Can you identify me? And I stopped, and I was like, He wasn't trying to tell me that what they were doing was not right, but He was testing me if I can identify Him. And He started to speak. He said, I've been limited in the time of praise and worship to performance. You know, so, and I just broke down. You know, so He said, you desired me in worship. You desire me, you know, you desire to see and get more of me in worship. How will you know it's me? How do you know when I enter the room? How do you know my glory? He might give you an instruction, have colorful lights, have all of these things for a specific reason, and he will explain to you why you need all of these things. But now it's become the norm. When you attend services, everyone wants this glowy,
Right,
look, and
white
they
stuff.
assume that it's the presence of
Presence of
God.
God.
Everyone
fog
wants to
machines
do
and-
certain things because everyone else is doing it. It makes it look beautiful.
Hallelujah.
And people now look at those things and think God is there.
Okay.
It doesn't mean God is not there. But they have limited God to those things and to those atmosphere. That when they don't see all of those things, of there's no keyboard, there's no drums, and they're like, oh my God, God is not here. So he told me, do you want to see me? Do you want to experience me? Just gather. Most especially for worshipers. We all that come to church, we're worshipers. But the praise team is just the cheerleaders, that usher the people. But people think if the praise team is not singing, then they're not supposed to. No, but we're all worshipers. So firstly, it's for everyone. And to children, I don't want to say they are not welcome, but for what we will be doing,
Might be a little over there.
yeah, they might not understand, and the parents might be distracted, by the kids crying and wanting to do stuff. So put them to bed, come out and seek God.
This is a major thing. So, how have you prepared for this event? Because it takes a lot of preparation for something like this to come and be successful. So, how would you say you've been preparing for this event? Yourself.
Definitely, I've spent time in prayer and I've spent time in the Word, but not the usual. Because before entering this year, the Lord gave me 2 scriptures, one in Zechariah and one in Proverbs. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not unto your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will direct your path. And the other one is when the angel went to Zechariah and gave him a word for Zerubbabel, he said, not by might, it's not by power, but by my spirit. So those 2 guide me. Those 2 lead me in the path. But one thing he always told me, remember, it's about me. It's not a formal event that will take everything else. I want people to see that our God can do it without them. So don't do anything major. So I've been spending time in the Word. I've been communicating with you guys. I've been, we've been learning songs, rehearsing. At least we're rehearsing because, for 2 reasons. One, to familiarize ourselves with some songs. Because one thing that quenches the spirit is when you're singing a song that others doesn't know, then everyone is like, but when they have idea of the song, then it flows. And be comfortable with the time, because people hear 6 hours and they're like, huh?
It's the first
6
time
hours.
something
And
like this,
Thursday we
honestly.
stayed here for I think 4 hours or
Easily.
3 hours, 30
Plus,
minutes.
yeah, easily.
It felt like nothing. And last night we started to worship. It felt like nothing. It was effortless.
Yeah.
We weren't screaming, doing nothing. We were just worshiping God, and it was effortless. And secondly, thirdly, for us to understand that things happen in praise and worship. He showed me in 1 Samuel 16 with David and Saul. When the evil spirit came upon Saul, they needed David, or they needed someone that plays good music. So praise and worship have the tendency of casting out demons.
Hallelujah.
We want to give people ample time to come in. We don't want to say 11 to 12 is a little short. So from 10,
Okay.
people leave work, go home, get ready, find food, eat, prepare themselves, maybe get 1 hour, 2 hours rest,
Okay.
and come here because it's an all-nighter.
Okay.
We don't want to strain anyone. We don't want to have anyone doing something that when they come here, they're uncomfortable.
Gotcha.
They can serve God. But it's not tiring. You can come in at any time. But this is not a tiring. This is a shut-in.
Shut it. 12 the door
So,
shut.
At 12 on the dot, even if we're only 3 here,
closing the
That's
door.
the instruction.
So you have to be punctual. You have to be on time, because
Yes.
once you miss that, you miss your blessing for that night.
Yes.
So you heard that. You have to be on time. You have no reason why you can't be there. So Friday night, the door opens at 10. The shut-in starts at 12, and it goes till 6 a.m. It's a worship night. Come comfortable.
As comfortable as possible, because
Gotcha.
we're going to be laying here,
Worshiping, laying
God.
down, crying to God, and
Yes,
seeking the face of God and all
You
that.
can come take your shoes off
Exactly.
and make sure
Shower.
you dress appropriately,
Okay.
because we don't want any form of dressing that cause distraction.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, because we're coming to seek God. So if mind dressing gonna cause someone to not enter the presence of God, it's, so wear something comfortable that when you fall, when you're slain in the spirit, we don't have to find rubber people around you.
The presence of God is going to be here, and it's going to be an amazing experience. So it's at Rama Full Gospel Church. The address is 5949 West Northern Avenue, Glendale, AZ 85301. The link is going to be below. Just go down there. If you have any questions, message us directly, or you can call any of us. The R4C crew. Mrs. Zina, she's in town. If you have a direct contact, you can always reach out to her. She's very good with that. She will respond back to you, hopefully, and then she'll give you more details on what to expect and things like that. It's going to be a great experience. We're going to gather all the churches together. Hopefully, they can make it. We're going to reach out to them and see if they can be at this gathering. And I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a great experience, and I hope you'll be there. Any last words for the cameras before we finally wrap it up?
Yes, we have our brethren from Tucson. We have Minister Jeremiah and the youth of Tucson that will be represented in the house.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
So yeah, thank you so much. We're going to probably see you over there. Thank you. God bless.